No wonder Andrew Wiggins decided to pick this game that all of a sudden be healthy. It makes sense now because he knew when he came in this game, he knew he was gonna be ready to eat. He knew it. He just knew it in advance. Bro, right now looking like somebody who got drafted number one overall at some point in his life. That's what he looking like right now. Like he is far and away, far and away been the best player on the court this whole game. Um, the halftime score, I was kind of sort of close. I would have been closer without the stupid foul on the 3-pointer, which I think was kind of capped. Um, but yeah, game ain't looking. The game is looking more like what I thought it would. I kind of figured we'd be down at halftime. I also figured that we probably, you know what I'm saying, that Jalen and Shingun would struggle a little bit. Again, when it comes to these, and this is not me saying that young teams or young guys are stupid, is when you play a team whose identity is high IQ basketball, that's how you beat the Rockets. When you play a team that moves the ball around like the Miami Heat do, that's how you beat the Rockets. I didn't mention this. I should have mentioned this, but for when we went double big, it didn't even matter against them because they two bigs are big, athletic, and can also shoot. So double big didn't really mean nothing to the Miami Heat. They carved that up because they were going zone. Yeah, that ain't mean nothing to them. Ain't mean nothing to them at all. Matter of fact, they was eating. They was eating because they moved the ball. They know how to beat a zone. A lot of other teams, for whatever reason, don't know how to beat a zone, but the Miami Heat do. And they know how to, when they run zone, they know how to run it correctly too. So, I mean, if you want to play a chess match between Ime Udoka and Eric Spoelstra, I mean, we see who win, bro. King say Alpy got to stop crying to the refs, bro. Yeah, but crying to the refs or not, that ain't gonna change the outcome. Just play physical, focus on that, catch the ball and make a move with it. The zone kind of mucked up his game too a little bit. Eric Spoelstra has done everything in his power to make sure Davion Mitchell or Andrew Wiggins or Haywood Highsmith are the one on Jalen Green. They don't want him doing nothing. I think they know what time it is when he go off. I think Eric Spoelstra know what time it is if you don't pay extra close attention to Alperen Sengun too. And they look like they've had a game plan. Let's shut the water off of them too. And if anybody else decide they want to make shots, then so be it. Fred VanVleet is doing exactly what I thought he was going to end up doing, kind of carrying the offense right now because, well, I've watched the Heat enough. I've watched Eric Spoelstra specifically enough. Not the Heat so much this season, but I've watched Eric Spoelstra enough to know how he's going to guard and defend against the Rockets. So I figured the first half would go sort of how it did. Now, second half, there's some adjustments that we can make. Now, we may have to go, instead of going big jumbo double big, we may need to go NASCAR. We may need to go Tari Amin, Dylan Jalen for a stretch. We may need to throw that five-man lineup out there for a stretch and see how the Heat react to it. First, let's see how we guard and rebound from that lineup, and then also what does the ball movement look like in that lineup? What does the spacing look like in that lineup? You kind of want to force Miami into rotation, and we haven't been really doing that well enough, especially since they've been in zone two themselves. But you want to force Miami into having to rotate. You gotta force them to react. You want to force them to think too. The same thing they're doing to us. Where did this Andrew Wiggins come from? Kansas. This is Kansas Andrew Wiggins right here. Andrew going off. Yeah. Bro's having a nice night. That's a great suggestion, AK. Yeah, man, I think the NASCAR lineup, I think, is something we need to throw out there in this game. It's something that we're going to probably end up throwing out in the playoffs at some point anyway, too. And if y'all notice, Ime Udoka done tighten up that rotation, boy. He got it down to 8 now. He got it down to 8. Off the bench is Jabari, Tari, and Steven Adams. That's it. No Aaron Holiday. Damn sure no Cam Whitmore. Ime and Cam Whitmore. I'm sure they don't be going to lunch together, bro. No Jeff Green. So nobody else, man. Just 8-man rotation, and letting the chips fall where they may. I guess this is gonna be what the playoff rotation look like. I see it. I kind of see the vision. Amen Thompson, he's been solid. He ain't been like, extraordinary or nothing, but he's been solid. He's been all right. Dylan, doing Dylan things. He's doing okay. Alperen and Jalen, though, man, it's gonna be up to them two if we're gonna win this game. And I don't mean just one. Like, it got to be the both of them that show up in the second half. Particularly that third quarter is when I need to see them come out with fire. First play out of that third quarter need to be some 2-man game between Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun. Whether it's a pick and roll, whether it's a dribble handoff, something along them lines. But it needs to involve Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun, because I want to see what the Heat do if they're forced to commit a third defender to that duo, and then let's see who they help off of. Whoever they help off of is going to be the person that they need to capitalize off. So it may be a man cutting, which I don't think that's what they'll do. They'll probably leave Dylan and then bank on rotating back to Dylan with whoever is guarding Dylan at that time. That's probably going to be what it is. But I need to see some empty corner with Jalen and LP, and see if the Heat commit a third defender to him. That's what I need to see. In the second half, in the third quarter, let me tell you how the rest of the game is going to go. It's going to go one of two ways. If the Rockets come out with fire in their asses and they force the Heat to call their first timeout in the third quarter, I like our chances. If not, if they come out flat in the third quarter, it's an L, and it's the end of that 8-game win streak. I'll just tell you right now. Because the flow of this game is not favoring the Rockets. First quarter, they got a turnover. Immediately started the game. Turnover, fast break, lob. Boom. Just like that. Got out to even a 6-point lead at one point. Couldn't carry over for the rest of Miami settled in and they started to do their thing. Where the Rockets are winning right now is in the offensive rebounding department. That's why they are even this close, because the Heat are shooting lights out right now. They're shooting 64%. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and run down the team stats right quick. So Heat 64, almost 65% in the first half, which is absolutely nuts, and that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable, but they've only taken 34 shots to the Rockets' 45 shots. We've hit 20 of the 45 shots, but a lot of those is offensive rebounds and then also creating turnovers. So we're turning Miami over. That's one. That's point one. And we're grabbing offensive rebounds. Cool. But when they run their offense, we Swiss cheese. You know what I'm saying? Well, I wouldn't say Swiss cheese because they creating turnovers. Ooh, excuse me. They creating turnovers with their physicality, but they're not staying solid. I would exchange some of that solidness. I would exchange some of that defensive playmaking and activity for more solidness on defense and just guarding your man and playing team defense and not relying on getting steals and blocks and all of that. I want to see Miami miss some shots. They're not missing shots. They need to miss more shots. Like, they're generating a lot of wide open shots, especially from three. Like, for as little shots that they've taken 12 3-pointers out of the 34 shots that they have taken, which is crazy. Speaking of that, they've 7 of 12 from the 3-point line. Rockets are 8 of 18. So their 3-point shooting isn't bad at all. It's defensively where I'm seeing the issue. Somewhat offensively too, but defense is what the problem is. Like, if they score at the pace that they're scoring at, I think we're fine. I think the offense is actually okay, except for the turnovers. Some of the turnovers weren't very great, but defensively, man, we got to be more solid on defense. Free throws, the Heat are 8 of 10, we're 3 of 9. It's another problem. It's not surprising. I don't know what it is about our free throw shooting this season. Rebounds, 20 to their 17. Offensive rebounds, like I said, 7 to their 1. Defensive rebounds, 13 to 16. Assists. We've got 10 assists out of our 20 makes. So that's at a 50% rate. That's cool for us. That's better than normal for us. Steals, 8 to 4. Blocks, we got 1 block, they got 3. Total turnovers, they have 10, we have 7. Points off turnovers, we have 11 to their 10. That's another thing, man. Like, if you live off turnovers, what happens when the other team starts taking care of the ball? I've said this before. That ain't gonna work long term. I mean, cool, you can do that in bunches, but to depend and rely on that, nah. You can't really rely on the other team making mistakes, especially not a well-coached veteran team like the Miami Heat. And like I said, I don't care what their record is. I know who their coach is over there. And like I said, when you beat them, you have to beat them. They're not going to be the ones to beat themselves. You have to actually beat them. Fast break points, 9 to 2. That's where we're having a big advantage. Points in the paint, 22 to 22, so that's a wash. Fouls, dead even at 7. Largest lead for us was 7. Largest lead for them was 8. All right, so individual stats. For the Rockets, Amen Thompson, 5 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, a free throw, 2 of 4 overall from the field. Dylan Brooks, and Amen Thompson is a +3. He's the only starter who was a positive. Dylan Brooks, 9 points, -13. Holy moly. 2 fouls, a turnover, 3 steals, no rebounds, of course, because Dylan, he allergic to rebounds for whatever reason. He's 1 of 4 from the 3-point line, 4 of 7 overall. Alperen Sengun, 6 points, -7. A foul, a turnover, a steal, a couple assists, and 3 rebounds. He's 0 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 of 8 from the field overall. Fred VanVleet, 12 points. He's a -7, 1 foul, a steal, 3 assists, no rebounds as well. 4 of 7 from 3-point line, 4 of 7 overall. Jalen Green, boy, been glutes today. He's been very glutes today. 4 points. He's a -12, second worst in the starters. A block, a steal, 2 rebounds, and also no assists. He's 0 of 2 from the 3-point line and 2 of 8 from the field overall. They are not letting him get to the rim at all. And when he is getting there, I ain't gonna say they're not letting him get to the rim. He's gotten there a couple times. He just whiffed on a few. And he's seeing bodies, and he's seeing length, and he's seeing athleticism that can keep up with him, kind of in the paint. So that's what the problem is right there. That and Davion Mitchell, Haywood Highsmith, and Andrew Wiggins. I mean, he just got too much to deal with. And then if he had managed to get past them, you got to go deal with Bam. You got to go deal with Khalil Ware. Golly, man. Have mercy. But, oh well, get over it, because that's what your ass going to see in the playoffs. So you better get used to it, get used to that diet. You better adjust your taste buds, adjust your palate, because if you don't like how it tastes now, you're going to be throwing up in the playoffs, brother. Jabari Smith Jr., he's been solid. 6 points. He's missed free. He's 0-2 from the free throw. I don't know how Jabari is such a good shooter to be missing free throws. Like, what's wrong with you, dog? What's happening, dog? Don't blame your hand, because it wasn't your shooting hand. It's your guide hand. Like, miss me with that, bro. 6 points, a foul, a turnover, 3 rebounds, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, 2 of 4 overall. Tari Eason, he is the other positive on the team. Oh, Jabari Smith was a dead 0. He's a net 0 on the team. Tari Eason, 7 points. He's a +2, 2 turnovers. No assist for Jabari either. No assist for Tari Eason after having an increased assist rate as of late. This game he's got no assists. 6 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 of 2 from the 3-point line, 2 of 6 overall. Steven Adams, he was glutes too. 2 points, -7, a foul, 3 rebounds, no assists. Like the Rockets bench has 0 assists. The Rockets bench has 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, and a total of 12 rebounds, which is kind of what they do. But yeah, Steven Adams, 1 of 1 from the field overall, 0 of 2 from the free throw line, of course. So I don't know what's going on with these dudes, but maybe I'm expecting too much, but I'm expecting to come out in this third quarter more serious, more attention to detail defensively. I'm expecting the Heat to also cool off a little bit. They're gonna have to. I know that their zone with the double bigs has been a good lineup to go to, but if you go double big with Amen Thompson in the game too, the Heat are going to be able to deal with that on the other end because there's no spacing anywhere at all. So let's get away from that crutch of the zone defense today, at least for the rest of the half. Let's do that, Ime, and I think we'll be all right. Let's play more, let's play more traditional defense, man to man, help the helper, and all of that. So let's do that, man. Let's get to the second half, though. I still think the Rockets pull this thing out in the end, but I might be wrong. I may or may not do a post game. We'll see, depending on if we end in a exciting fashion. I'm just trying to do a post game. King says we're not getting after it. Silas voice. Oh man, I gotta pull it out.
The effort.
Was to close hard or just even throughout the possession?
It was getting into the body, getting over the screen, being in help, sprinting the closeouts, doing what we're supposed to do, acting as if it doesn't matter. It matters. Disappointing. These are the lessons we have to learn, I guess, and all that stuff, but that's not right. What we did tonight on that floor was not right. It's not right. They're not giving that effort on the defensive end. They're not getting after it like they're supposed to. They're not getting into their man and fighting over and helping each other. They're not doing what they're supposed to do.
And on that note, tell a friend to tell a friend, and all of y'all come back again, and we out.